My name is Annie Winkler. I'm a current MSBA student in the part-time program. I'm local to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, set to graduate in May 2027. I'm here today with my professor, Ben, who is currently teaching my data exploration and visualization class.
Hey, good to see you.
Yeah, you too. Can you share a bit about your background and how you came to Tepper?
Yeah, absolutely. So I actually came to Tepper as a PhD student many years ago. I did my PhD here, and then I went out into industry. So I was a director of data science at the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center, where we worked on supply chain issues in data science. And then I was at Duolingo for about 4 years. I was a staff data scientist there, really working on their monetization group. So how do you get people to either subscribe to the paid product or to serve ads and all that kind of stuff. So working on the monetization side of Duolingo. And then I was really excited to come back as faculty in the business analytics program here. This is the best program in the world. And it's been really fun to just get to see students, get to help students develop. And that's kind of my favorite part of the job.
That's awesome. Which courses do you currently teach and in which programs?
Oh, yeah. So in the Master's of Business Analytics program, I teach data exploration and visualization. That's in the part-time program. So you know a little bit about that one. I also teach a course called Machine Learning for Business Applications. And that is one of the very last courses you take. It's kind of like a machine learning advanced course, and you take everything that you've learned and apply it into a business context and actually build some real tools with it. So those are both in the MSBA program. I also teach in the MBA program. So that's a course called data mining. And sometimes I have MSBA students in there as well. That's a lot of machine learning and applied statistics to business problems. And then I teach a course called AI Methods for Social and Visual Data, which is a mouthful, but it's all about using foundation models from Meta, from Google, from Claude, to analyze text, analyze visual data. How do we use the very latest technology to make businesses better? So we look at analyzing risk, we look at analyzing images from Disney, we look at all sorts of interesting applications of AI for business analytics.
That's really cool. Do you have a favorite?
Do I have a favorite project or a favorite course? Right now, my newest course is the AI Methods for Social and Visual Data course, and that's been really fun to teach. And seeing what students are doing with the latest tech is always really fun to just be surprised, because you make an assignment, you have an idea of how it's going to go, and students just kind of blow you away with what they're doing. So that's been really fun to do.
That's really awesome. At what point in the part-time or full-time program could I expect to take your course or courses?
Oh, yeah. So the core courses that I teach are in Mini 3 and Mini 4. So we teach 7-week minis here. They go really fast. They're a sprint. And so Mini 3 and Mini 4 is when I teach the core. And then my electives are typically in the fall. So data mining, AI methods, those are both in the fall courses. So,
what types of projects or hands-on experiences can students expect in your classes?
Oh, that's a great question. So all of my classes have very applied projects. Typically, we spend half the time learning about a new concept, and we spend the other half of the time actually applying that concept. So we do labs where we analyze review data. We make predictions about what customers are going to churn, which ones are going to stay. We make predictions about real estate prices across operations, finance, marketing. They're using machine learning to solve all sorts of business problems. So it's very applied. At the end of each course, you do an applied project where you get to choose the topic. So you've got that coming up. You get to choose your own topic and do a whole bunch of data exploration and visualization, dive deep. So it's always fun to see what people come up with. We've had projects from the business of F1 racing to automotive to all sorts of areas, sports. Really cool projects.
That's really cool. I promise my proposal is underway for my final project. In your opinion, what makes the Tepper MSBA program different than programs in data science or statistics?
Oh, that's a great question. So I like to think of it in terms of the Olympics. So the Olympics are going on right now. And I think of the MSBA or the Masters of Business Analytics as kind of a decathlon, right? So it's not just being good at one thing. You have to be good at a whole variety of things. You have to be good at presentation skills. You have to be good at statistics. You have to be good at machine learning. You have to be able to do some programming, right? And then you kind of specialize in one particular area often. So people will take operations for data science, financial data science, marketing data science. And when you put all those things together, you're really taking data science and statistics and applying them to a particular context. And that's really what makes them quite different than just kind of focusing really narrowly on statistics or just the machine learning algorithms. It's really a whole package that you get here at Tepper.
What types of courses do students typically take in the MSBA program?
Oh, yeah. So students typically take, I'd say there's kind of three general buckets of courses that they take. One is around methods. So you're going to learn statistical foundations, you're going to learn machine learning fundamentals, and various courses that really get you familiar with numbers and familiar with code. The other part is going to be a core business set of classes. So you're going to learn to work with groups and teams, you're going to polish up your presentation skills, and you're going to work on just the fundamentals that every business person should be good at. And then there's going to be room for electives. So if you're very into marketing or you're very into people operations, you're into finance, you can really specialize and take these skills and apply them to a particular trade. So those three buckets, I think, are really what set it apart. You've got the core business group, you've got the methods that you're looking at, and you specialize in typically one or two areas. Yeah.
And then I know we have a capstone at the end of the MSBA program. Can you talk to me more about that? What does that look like?
Absolutely. So I love the capstone. I've advised maybe a dozen different capstone teams. We've done everything from nuclear power to transportation to financial markets, so working with real world companies. So every capstone, you're paired up with a real world company that has a real problem. And they're going to give you a data set, or maybe they have you collect data on behalf of them. So sometimes it's running an A/B test. Sometimes it's sifting through a lot of text. Sometimes it's analyzing and trying to make a prediction. But you're going to work with the company for an entire semester and 15 weeks or so, where you get to take a project from, we have this idea, from a few sentences to a full-fledged proposal. You do all the analytics, and at the end, there's a big presentation, right? So you get to present all your findings to the client, and we have really happy clients, really happy students with these capstones, and it really gets you an end-to-end project and understand all the difficult things when you come to apply this work.
Can you tell me a little bit about what the alumni experience looks like after one would graduate from a Tepper program?
Absolutely. So actually, I'm a Tepper alumni myself. I did my PhD here, but I also like to go to alumni events. So one of my favorite events they have every year is at the Steelers Stadium. So you get to go have a really fancy dinner, you get to talk to your old professors, and then you get to tour the stadium if you'd like to do that. And the network here is really unique. If you're looking for a job at Google, at Microsoft, we have a lot of people at those places, right? We have a huge presence in tech. We have a huge presence at BNY Mellon, at PNC. So we have connections all over the world. When it comes time for you to find a job, that's really one of the core ways. You can send out hundreds of applications online, or you can tap the Carnegie Mellon Alumni Network, and that's really a foundational way that people find jobs.
What's one of your favorite parts about watching students go through this program year after year?
Oh, what's really fun is when students come back and they get to tell us a bit about how they're applying what they learned. So I've had students come back from Goldman Sachs, from Microsoft, and the things that we're teaching them in the classroom, they're really doing. They can say exactly, these are the algorithms I'm using, these are the data sets, and they learn that first here. Many students come here with very little programming experience. They really have not touched Python other than a maybe introductory level course, and they leave here with very strong foundational skills in analytics. So it's been really fun to see people come back and tell me about their career and tell me about their successes, and stay connected to the Carnegie Mellon Alumni Network. It's been really great.
That's awesome. Going off of that, for those students that maybe don't have a strong technical background, or they're worried about applying because they don't have those machine learning or coding skills, do you have any advice for them?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, one, you're not alone. We bring students in from all over. So, we have economics people, but we also have people who did an undergraduate major in something totally not related to business, right? Architecture, lots of places. So if you're not a very technical person already, don't worry, you're not going to be alone. We take you from the very ground to introductory statistics all the way to advanced machine learning. It's a fast-paced course, so get ready to really work here. We don't mess around, right?
Yes.
Yes, we don't mess around. But you'll be able to keep up, right? The professors are looking after you. We have small classes. We're checking in on you. The staff here are phenomenal, right? You're going to get an advisor. You're going to have access to a leadership center. You're going to have access to career services. All those things are there to support you. So you're not here alone. There's going to be people going through the same process that you're going through.
That's awesome. For those that don't have a lot of knowledge about machine learning or coding, or they have these big scary ideas, is there anything that any misconception that you want to debunk about? the topics or the concepts or, anything like that?
Okay, I think I can think of two things. One, it's not just nerds, right? I mean, okay, I'm a nerd, but people find this really fun. So we've had people that are ex-military, sports people, like all sorts of real people who have interesting hobbies in life. They come here and they try this stuff, and it can be really fun, right? I think of it like putting together a puzzle, right? There's pieces that you're trying to track, and when you see the whole picture come together, it's really magical. So it's not just for people that only want to be in their basement programming. It's really exciting to get to see this stuff work in real life. And that's what I like to see, is that these projects, you get to see an outcome, and it's been really fun to just see the whole cycle.
All right, thanks so much. That was awesome. I loved learning more about Tepper and the program, so thank you for answering my questions.
Absolutely. Thank you. It was great to see you again.
Yeah.
Absolutely.